ready for your number talk?
Yeah.
You already know what I'm going to ask first?
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you can tell me how many dots are up on the board. How many dots are up on the board? Xander?
4.
He says 4. Should we count?
Yeah.
All right, when we count, remember every dot gets one number and only one number. We're going to make sure we touch every one. Ready? 1.
2, 3, 4.
So he's right. We have 4 dots. Who can tell me how to make a 4? How's the rhyme go? Zane?
Down across and down once more. That's the way how we make a 4.
All right, let's all do it. Get your finger ready. Down, across, and down once more. That's the way we make a 4. Very good. Now we've been learning what hides inside of bigger numbers. What hides inside of big numbers? Emma?
Small numbers.
Smaller numbers. So I want you to look up here and tell me if you can see any little numbers trying to hide inside of that 4. You see any little numbers trying to hide in there? Cash, who do you see? Cash sees a 3. Does anybody else see the 3 like Cash does? Oh, look right there. We found him. So Cash, who else is hiding in there? Cash found a 3 and a 1. What math tool could I draw that could help us see the parts and the whole? That could help us see the parts and the whole. Xander?
A number bond.
A number bond. Very good. Xander, clip up. I love how much you're raising your hand and participating. Good job. All right, I'm going to draw my number bond. Here we go. All right, here's my number bond. Remember, we have this circle. Who can tell me what this circle is called? Sammy?
The whole.
The whole. And what does whole mean?
All of it.
All of them. So this is where we put all the dots together. So Owen, when all the dots are together, how many are there?
4.
4. Very good. Down across it. Oops, I'm going to use my other color. Doop. Down across and down once more. So there are 4 dots in all. Ooh, this is a tricky question. I just talked to you yesterday about this. What do we call these 2 circles? This is the whole. What do we call those 2 circles down there? Eli?
Part.
The parts. Everybody say part.
Part.
So we have part, whole. Part, whole. Part, whole. And we can even do it with our hands. Ready? Part, whole. Part, whole. Part, whole. So this is the whole. This is where we put all the dots. This is where we break it apart and put one part here and the other part here. How many were in the green part that Cash found? How many are in the green part that Cash found? Emma?
3.
3. There's the green part, and there are 3 in there. How many are in the red part that Cash found? Owen?
1.
1. Very good. So Cash was able to take the number 4 and pull it apart into 3 and 1. Then you guys were able to take the 3 and 1 and put it back together to be 4. You can take 4 and break it into 1 and 3. You can take 1 and 3 and put it back together to be 4. Number bonds are so helpful for take it apart and put it together. Take it apart and put it together. Very good. All right, we're going to try to write an equation. I want to put the parts back together. What's that called when we put numbers together? What's it called when we put numbers together? Zane?
Subtraction.
Not subtraction. Xander? Addition. All right, do it with me. Addition, subtraction. Addition, subtraction. Addition, subtraction. Addition, subtraction. Very good. So it's called addition when we're putting them together, and it's called subtraction when we take them apart. Now, who in Numberland is in charge of addition? Who does all of the addition? Make sure you're listening. Who does all the addition? Maidon? Miss Plus. Let me see your Miss Plus signs. Plus sign. Plus sign. Now, who's in charge of subtraction? Who takes numbers apart and takes things away? Cash? Mr. Minus. Let me see your minuses. All right, do this with me. Addition, subtraction. Miss Plus, Mr. Minus. Addition, subtraction. Miss Plus, Mr. Minus. All right, so we're going to do addition and use Miss Plus to put these numbers back together. Who thinks they can tell me an addition equation to put the parts back together? Sammy?
2,
Do we have a 2-part? 3.
plus 1 equals 4.
Did she put the parts back together? Yes, you remember yesterday I said part plus part equals whole. Say it with me. Part plus part equals whole. Say it again. Part plus part equals whole. One more time. Part plus part equals whole. Very good. So addition is when we take one part, and we take another part, and we put them together so the whole thing is back together. Part plus part equals whole. Again, part plus part equals whole. All right, should we check it on the number balance? See if it worked? Let me make sure my balance is ready to go. He's a little wonky today.
Because you didn't get enough weight.
Maybe he didn't sleep last night. Silly thing.
Maybe he was working on to do better stuff.
Oh, maybe he was. All right, Eli, who is that in the middle of the balance? Who is that? The 2 lines. Who is that? Help him out, Sammy.
Equal.
Equal. What does equal mean?
Equal means the same.
Good job. So whatever's on this side has to be the same as whatever's over here. If we put too much on this side, boom. If we put too much on this side, boom. All right, you ready to see if it works?
Yeah.
You see my equal sign in the equation?
Yeah.
All right, so that's like a big wall. Who needs to be over here?
3.
3 and
1.
2 numbers are on this side. Who's over there?
4.
4. All right, let's see if 3 and 1 are the same as 4.
It
Did it work?
Yeah.
Yes, 3 and 1 when they're together are the same as 4. All right, you want to bring in Mr. Minus for just a second? We don't do him very much, and I think maybe we need to try to get to know him a little better.
No.
All right, here he comes.
Uh-oh.
Mean old Mr. Minus. He saw that we were putting numbers together, and he said, I don't like that. I want to break the 4 into pieces.
Yeah,
So he said, I'm going to take away all 3 of those. Do you see Mr. Minus? Look at him. That's a big minus. So before Mr. Minus came, how many dots did we have before Mr. Minus came? There were 4. Then Mr. Minus came, and what did he take away? He took away 3. And after he took away 3, what's left? 1. You just wrote a subtraction sentence. There were 4. We took away 3, and now there's only 1. So you remember I said addition is part plus part equals whole? Subtraction is whole minus part equals part. Whole minus part equals part. You start with everybody happy and together, then Mr. Minus takes part of them away, then only part of them are left. We had all 4 of them happy and together. Mr. Minus took the 3 part away, and now only the 1 part is left. That's how subtraction works. Whole minus part equals part. All right, good job.